What's up guys, it's me. Welcome back to my channel, where today we're retaking a trip back to the 2000s. So if you were born in this decade, first 6 years of your life would have been in this decade. So let's get started. What was gaming like in the 2000s? Well, that all depends on what console you had. But the PS2 was one of the best-selling consoles of all time. And I remember so much hype being around when it came out, because we had the new controller that had analog sticks, but that was a massive deal back then. And while you could play games with your friends over at their house, the real midnight game releases were the ones that you had to stay up till midnight to get. And I remember my brother and I staying up till midnight for the release of Harry Potter 3 on the PS2. We got the game, we played it, and I think that might have been the only time we've ever stayed up for a midnight game release, because after that, we realized we'd rather just get the game the next day. I know every single person on this planet had a Game Boy in the year 2000. This is what you took to school. This is what you took to the doctor's office. You had your Game Boy and you had your Pokemon cards. Those were the two things you needed in order to survive. Pokemon Ruby was one of the best games on the Game Boy Advance, along with Mario Kart. But Mario Kart was just so much better with friends. There's just something about racing your friends that makes the game so much more exciting than just playing by yourself. My brother and I loved playing it at home on our little Nintendo DS. Oh wait, wrong one. That wasn't till later. But yeah, we loved playing it at home on our Game Boy Advance SPs. Oh man, the SP was the best version of the Game Boy Advance. When that thing came out, I remember we already had the regular Game Boy Advance. But when the SP came out, we didn't even need a bigger TV. We just wanted the SPs. I don't think I've ever asked for anything more in my life other than a Game Boy Advance SP. I mean, I even remember seeing an ad for it in a magazine and circling it with every single crayon I had. I wanted that Game Boy Advance SP more than life itself. This is actually kind of funny. If you grew up in the 2000s and you had a Game Boy, I'm curious what version you had. If you had the original Game Boy, that's awesome. Or if you had a Game Boy Color, that's awesome too. But I feel like there was a massive jump in popularity between the Game Boy Advance and the Nintendo DS. It seems like everybody had either a GBA or a Nintendo DS. I wonder why that is. Is it because those two versions were just better than the originals? I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments section below. Oh, the Nintendo DS. How could I forget? The very first game I ever played on a Nintendo DS was at a GameStop in the mall. My parents had taken my brother and I to GameStop so that we could pick out a game for our Nintendo DS. And I remember looking at all of the different games and not knowing what to pick. But then I saw it, Nintendogs. I had seen commercials for Nintendogs and I wanted it so bad. So that's what I picked. And I remember walking out of GameStop and running to my dad and showing him my new Nintendogs game and just being so excited. I think the biggest thing about gaming in the 2000s was that we were all playing the same games. There were some exclusive titles here and there, but for the most part, we were all playing the same games. Everybody had a Game Boy Advance, so everybody was playing Pokemon, Ruby, or Fire Emblem, or Mario Kart. Everybody had a Nintendo DS, so everybody was playing Nintendogs, or Mario Kart, or Brain Age. I'm pretty sure everybody was playing Brain Age. That game was the best. But yeah, I just remember playing games with my friends at recess, or at a friend's house. And we were always playing the same games, and it was always so fun. So what was gaming like in the 2000s? For me, it was some of the best times of my life. What about you? What was gaming like in the 2000s for you? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you want to see more videos like this, maybe I should do what gaming was like in the 90s. That would be fun. Leave a comment. I always respond to every single comment, okay? And as always, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.